Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's ResNexus webinar. Today, we are doing a joint webinar with Booking.com, and I'm joined by Emily Tusick, account manager for partner services at Booking.com. She's going to present to us for a while, and then we can have some time, mostly probably at the end of the presentation, for questions. If you ever do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A section, and we'll try and get those answered for you. And we can also answer any ResNexus related questions at the end as well. But I don't want to take up too much more of your time, so I'll go ahead and just pass it over to Emily. Thanks so much for coming on and presenting for our audience. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Gavin. And thank you to the ResNexus team for hosting us. So today we'll explore the tremendous growth and importance of vacation rentals on our platform and share valuable tips to maximize your property's visibility and booking potential. Today, vacation rentals are the growth engine of Booking.com. About 1/3 of our room nights are for vacation rentals. We have 7.4 million listings in the vacation rental space on our platform, and 45% of our partners get a booking within their first week on our platform. Vacation rentals are more crucial to Booking.com than ever before. This growth is fueled by increased international demand, especially from our travelers in Europe, and families, solo travelers, and pet owners who are all choosing vacation rentals more often. One of the main reasons for this growth is our focus on accommodating all types of travelers. Guests will find it easier than ever to book vacation rentals on our platform that meet their unique needs. So kicking us off with our marketing and how it will benefit our vacation rental partners like you. More travelers will know that they can book vacation rentals on Booking.com. Some of you might be familiar with the Booking.yeah campaign, which we recently brought back. In 2024, we launched a campaign featuring Tina Fey during the big game, which was the number one watched ad and predominantly highlighted vacation rentals. Just a fun fact, the 2024 game was the second most watched TV event of all time, behind the moon landing, which was in 1969 with 123.7 million viewers. So pretty crazy that was just last year. As part of our long-term partnership, Booking.com is now the presenting sponsor for Major League Baseball. So Booking.com is committed to helping travelers navigate their baseball trips by offering the widest selection of places to stay in MLB cities. On the subject of sports marketing, most recently we had a campaign featuring our Genius Loyalty program, starring Keon Coleman, an NFL wide receiver for the Bills. I'm sorry if there's any Bills fans on this call, but this campaign quickly gained viral status and had 1.56 million views in less than 24 hours on both TikTok and Instagram, and was also featured on CBS and Sports Illustrated. So these are some of the fun marketing campaigns that we've done recently. So moving on to our 2025 traveler experience upgrades and how they will benefit our vacation rental partners. In 2025, we'll dedicate more front page space than ever to vacation rentals. During peak travel seasons, visitors will see inspiring vacation rental ads predominantly displayed on our Booking.com homepage. This boosts traffic, visibility, and most importantly, bookings for you. Our visitors will continue to get inspired to look for entire places the moment they land on Booking.com, and our vacation rental partners will enjoy increased traffic to their properties. The upgraded landing page, specifically designed for vacation rental inspiration, will help travelers create wish lists of entire places, which are all proven tools to help increase bookings for you all. Moving on to AI, as we all know, this is a hot topic right now. Our AI trip planner will help match travelers with properties that meet their specific needs. So travelers can ask for detailed requirements, and our AI will curate a personalized selection of properties, which can help guests discover options suited to their needs and drive more visibility to your properties. For example, I could type in, I'm looking for a 2-bedroom house with a hot tub in Key West, and our AI trip planner will be able to pull all the listings that fit that profile. Younger generations are most frequent users of AI technology, leveraging it to find personalized recommendations. So our recent studies confirm that more than 50% of millennials and Gen Z travelers would trust AI to plan a trip for them. And as this is expanding, we're continuing to add more features to help travelers find detailed answers to questions about your facilities and features, and display the most captivating content of your area and property to make sure you are found and booked. So moving on to some of our partner experience upgrades. Historically, Booking.com has been an instant book platform, but we have learned from some of our property managers and listening to your feedback that for some owners, instant book is just not an option. So for this reason, we now offer the option to use request to book, which is currently available on the Booking.com extranet. We've also recently included some helpful features such as reminders when you reach a specific threshold of request. This really helps you stay on top of these requests while also providing a better experience to the guest. This is not something that all of our partners will need to use, but in certain cases, it will give you the flexibility and help you have more control over when you're listing your property on our platform. And just a tip for you all, if you decide that you want to utilize request to book, faster responses definitely result in a better guest experience, which makes your property more attractive, keeping your conversion rate high and avoiding cancellations. So one of our most exciting upgrades in the past few years has been payments by booking. So Booking.com now has the ability to collect payments for our partners in the US and Canada. No more chasing invalid credit cards or handling chargebacks, because Booking.com will handle all of this on your behalf. And as an added bonus, payments by Booking is completely free to use through the end of 2025. So no credit card processing fees associated with using payments by Booking. And something we just recently added over the past year is when you add new listings or as your portfolio expands, you don't have to enroll them in payments by Booking if you decide to turn an auto enrollment setting on. This makes it quick and easy, and also reassuring for you to know that you'll be enrolled automatically for any new listings that you add to our platform. The option to join payments by Booking is available as soon as you have at least 2 listings on your group dashboard. And how payments by Booking works is that we've provided a trusted platform for guests and partners to facilitate bank transfers through our partner Stripe. How it works, your guest pays through Booking.com. Booking.com facilitates the guest payment, and then Booking.com sends you a gross payout daily for the arrivals by bank transfer on the day of that guest's check-in. There are some really great benefits to using payments by Booking. One, the online system offers secure revenue for you all. There's additional layers of fraud protection. All payouts are guaranteed when they're facilitated through payments by Booking, and Booking.com is handling chargebacks. So if a guest is successful in a chargeback, you wouldn't even know about it because Booking.com is handling that directly with the guest, and you would have already been paid out for that reservation. So if you've dealt with it once, you know how much of a hassle it can be, and this is a huge benefit to using payments. In addition to, dealing with some of the back and forth with guests, using payments by booking, it definitely helps reduce your workload for you all and your staff members. As I previously mentioned, it is free through 2025, so more money in your pocket. And lastly, guests are able to pay in their preferred method. So payments by booking supports all of the major credit cards, Apple Pay and Google Pay, to name a few of the different methods that are supported. For our partners who do decide to take advantage of payments by booking, we can also facilitate our damage program on your behalf. When you are on the payments platform and you raise a damage payment request, we can take care of it on your behalf, which means we'll collect the funds from the guest for you and then pay you. This can be quickly set up in the extranet in bulk editing tools for all of your properties with a couple of clicks. And just as a friendly reminder, this program is only available if you decide to utilize payments by booking. So as we all know, cybersecurity remains a hot topic when it comes to business and guest protection. We know we all have to stay vigilant, and we often revisit how we operate to ensure we are in the best position to combat fraud. We have many ongoing security enhancements to help minimize fraud. And one of our new features is that we are able to share you're allowed to allow specific links to prevent any phishing attacks, which can be found in messaging preferences in our security settings. Here you can specify the email accounts and URLs used in communication with your guests. We've also applied some additional security measures, such as disabling payment links through messaging to ensure that our guests and our partners are well protected. So moving on to some of the great promotions that Booking.com offers. Promotions are a great way to boost your performance on our platform, but sometimes you may be hesitant about adding products or promotions because you aren't sure how it will actually impact your business. So what we have done is we've created advanced performance insights. This is a new additional set of insights that allows you to accurately estimate additional revenue and additional room nights that you've generated thanks to one of our pricing or visibility products, such as our Genius Loyalty program, preferred listings, or mobile rates. These insights, combined with the tailored performance breakdown of your business, will help you make well-informed decisions to maximize your performance on Booking.com. On the right side, you can see an example. The blue is the base room nights and the revenue. So this is what you would have generated without a promotion. And then in the green is the estimated additional room nights you would generate if you decided to enroll in that promotion. This is a great tool to view how your specific listings can perform against certain promotions. And as an FYI,
Sounds like we might have lost you, Emily. Are you still there? Can you hear me? All right. It sounds like maybe we're experiencing an internet interruption. So I'll just hang out for a few minutes. Sorry for that delay, everyone. And we'll see. Oh, Emily, have I got you? Are you there?
yeah.
Okay, great. Sorry, your video froze for about 30 seconds. So
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about that.
no, it's not your fault at all. We'll just keep going maybe from the beginning of this slide just so we make sure we're all caught up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So talking about hosting on Booking.com, if you're not already a host with us, You can become a host in 4 easy steps by visiting join.booking.com. Registration is free and takes about 15 minutes to build your first property on booking.com. The first step is adding your name, location. Second step would be adding and describing your facilities and amenities, then uploading your photos, and lastly, updating your pricing and availability, so connecting it to your provider, ResNexus, and making sure that everything looks good to go. Something that is really cool that you can do when building a listing on booking.com is you're actually able to quickly import your content from other trusted travel websites. So if you already have your listings available on other trusted websites, you don't have to spend too much time manually adding all this information as it relates to your amenities or your photos that can all be pulled from other websites. So just a tip there if you're not already on the platform. And again, to get started, you can do that at join.booking.com. So as I mentioned at the beginning of our presentation, 45% of our new partners get their first booking within a week of using booking.com. And some of the ways that we do that is one, converting and displaying your property's review score from other websites to attract travelers before your first booking.com guest leaves you a review. So we import reviews from other trusted travel websites. As you all may know, guests may be hesitant to book a reservation at a property with no reviews yet. So this is a really great way to highlight that you're a trusted partner. After you receive 3 reviews from a booking.com guest, your external review score will then be replaced with a comprehensive booking.com review. We also highlight a new partner label for new listings on our platform. So you can stand out and search results with a new to booking.com label on your property. As you're getting set up, we also have a property checklist. So this is going to be a strength checklist that helps you complete your property setup to help attract more guests. And these are all things that are proven to help your listings get booked quickly. So a really great tool to utilize when you're getting started. And then lastly, we also have a rating system to get discovered quickly. This is kind of coincides with our external review scores. So we have an innovative quality rating system that helps travelers find your property, even if you don't have guest reviews yet. Some of these topics I already touched on earlier in the presentation, but to give you a recap of listing with booking.com with peace of mind and some of the things that we have available to hosts is one, we're able to facilitate damage payments on your behalf. Something I have not previously mentioned is that you're able to add your house rules. So you can communicate your house rules to potential guests who must agree to these terms and conditions before booking as an added layer of security for you all. You have the ability to choose how you prefer to receive bookings, either by letting guests book instantly or by reviewing booking requests before accepting them. Something I didn't go into detail earlier is that we also have a liability insurance program, so you can receive protection against liability claims from guests and neighbors of up to $1 million per reservation. You get paid quickly and can secure your finances through payments by booking with fraud protection and free credit card processing through 2025. When you're using payments by booking, we verify guest email addresses and credit cards for partners on payments by booking. And lastly, you, the partners and guests, have access to support in 45 different languages and can manage your property through either our mobile app or on a desktop level. If you are viewing multiple listings at once amongst like a group portfolio, I definitely recommend using the desktop version of our website. However, if you want to respond to a guest message quickly for a specific listing, it's really easy to do within the Pulse app. All right, thank you, everyone. That concludes kind of the slide portion. Now we can go into some questions and answers.
Excellent. Thanks so much for that presentation, Emily. Really appreciate that. And yeah, as she said, we can now take some sort of questions. So if you have anything you'd like to ask, either for the Booking.com side of things or for the ResNexus side of things, you can go ahead and put those in the Q&A section, and we'll try and get those answered for you. While those are coming in, I just wanted to quickly ask. I've also got Casey Gibson from the ResNexus development team. She's on here to help me answer some of those ResNexus questions. So I just wanted to quickly ask, just for our audience, just for anyone who's looking to get started with Booking.com who may not have done so already, what would be the best way to go about doing that in the ResNexus side of things? Is there anything in particular they need to know before doing so, for those who want to get started?
Yeah, thanks, Gavin. Um, for any existing ResNexus clients who haven't listed with Booking.com yet or are using Booking.com, but it's not connected in ResNexus, um, first steps for them would be to go ahead, get their Booking.com account set up, and would want to look at their rate plans, make sure that they've got compatible rate plans in there. Um, and then they would initiate the connection from Booking.com first by setting ResNexus as their connectivity provider and allow a full connection there. Once that's been set up, super simple to go through that process in ResNexus. You just log into your ResNexus account and from the settings page, go to Direct Connect, add the channel. And once you've clicked register, you just have to put in your hotel ID that you're given by Booking.com and then match up your ResNexus units to your Booking.com listings. Pretty simple process, pretty easy to get through, and ResNexus is always happy to help out if you're looking at it and trying to figure it out. You're always welcome to call the reps on your account or reach out to our general support line, who will be more than happy to help you walk through all those steps.
Perfect. Thanks for that answer. All right, looks like questions are starting to come in, so I'll go ahead and let Emily, you can go ahead and just take over, and I'll jump in if there's any ResNexus related questions.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Gavin. So one of the questions we got was, did you say payments by booking is only available if a host has more than one listing property? Listing/property, sorry. So we do have different payment options for single property owners that are available through the extranet. For the specific payment product that I was talking about with our partnership and with Stripe, that has to have at least two listings associated, but we do have different options for single property owners, and you would be able to see that under the finance tab of the Booking.com extranet. So if you're a single property owner and that's something that you're interested in, just take a look at that under that finance tab to see what different options are available to you. They're based on different property types. So my recommendation is just to look in there and see what is available to you.
Awesome. Then I'll popcorn in and say it looks like there's a few questions kind of related to the ResNexus side of the integration. We've got looks like at least one person who has never integrated with an OTA before. So we got some general questions about how that works. Um, like, do Booking.com reservations pull directly from ResNexus available inventory? Are the rates set in ResNexus and then sent out to Booking.com, and can they be adjusted for site fees? Casey, would you be able to talk to those real quick and give sort of a general overview of how that works?
Yeah, for sure. So any of your Booking.com listings will, at this point in time, be set up directly in your Booking.com account. It doesn't automatically create those listings on Booking from your ResNexus unit inventory. So you do set those up separately as a part of the connection process. You have to match up what you have in ResNexus to what you've created on booking.com. Your rates and your availability will automatically go from ResNexus, so you're not having to update your rates to different places if you're listing with booking.com. That just happens on its own. You are able to adjust the rates by a dollar amount or a percentage from ResNexus going over to the channel. If there are any reasons that you want to have those be a little different. Did I miss anything, Gavin?
Sorry, I was reading other questions. Did you go over how rates are sent over?
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. I figured you did. All right. Uh, yeah, go ahead.
Moving on to some other questions that were asked. So do you have to use your payment processor, or is there a way to get the credit card information to charge guests yourself? And the answer to that is yes. So you have the option to receive guest details and charge through whichever process you have in place. I definitely recommend utilizing our payments functionality for ease of use and some of the other benefits I had mentioned earlier. Something else that I did not touch on is that when you're using payments by booking, you also receive a visibility booster on the website automatically. However, all of that being said, if you have policies in place or processes in place and you prefer to charge guests yourself, you're more than welcome to do that. So it's not a requirement. We definitely recommend it, but it's certainly not required for booking.com to handle your payments. Then, okay, so another question that we got, are taxes being automatically held and paid to the municipality for reservations? So booking.com, regardless if you decide to use our payments functionality or process payments yourself, we do not pay taxes to local authorities on your behalf, and you remain the merchant of record. We would, of course, collect those taxes for you based on what setup you have for your taxes and fees. However, we do not pay them to local authorities, so you would still be required to pay taxes to your local municipalities. There are some exceptions to that. There are a few states that it's required that booking.com handles that on your behalf, but generally no. And then some other questions. Let me see here. What is our commission structure? So that's a great question. Currently, our commission structure is that we charge 15% on the room night and fees, excluding taxes, for stayed reservations and chargeable cancellations. Something that I want to highlight here is that our big difference between booking.com and our competitors is that we don't have a guest service fee. So some of the competitors might have a smaller commission amount, but they charge anywhere from 12 to 18% as a guest service fee that the guest is taking on. So with booking.com, you have more transparency over your rates, and it's a flat rate that doesn't fluctuate onto the guest. And then let me see if there's any other questions here. Do you have to agree to booking cancellation policies to list with us? Another great question. So booking.com, we do have a standardized cancellation policies. However, we have many different options. So 9 out of 10 times you'll find something that closely relates to your current cancellation policy or what can match what you have on other OTAs. I have heard anecdotally from our partners that we have more cancellation options than some of our competitors. So while there are certain specific cancellation policies that you have to pick, we have multiple different options to give you flexibility to choose the option that most closely aligns with your business. Then, last question, where can we find the taxes to collect tab? So to receive to look at a full breakdown of your reservations. You can view that under the reservations tab on the booking.com extranet that will show you the breakdown between nightly rate, any additional fees you may have, such as a cleaning fee or a service fee, and taxes. I'm not sure if on the ResNexus end, if you have a reporting tool that you can pull taxes for specific listing reservations, but that might be an option as well. Is that something that you all have, Casey?
We have a place where our users can review any taxes that they've set up. We don't have any sort of automatic tool to specifically pull what's in booking.com and review it. But we have a lot of tax reporting options within ResNexus. Yeah.
Yeah, so after, when the reservation's booked, you can see the full breakdown of how those are broken out. And I'm just making sure nothing was missed.
Yeah, if we didn't get to your question, if it was ResNexus related, you can always feel free to reach out to your support representative or to the support team, and we'll help you out as best we can. If anyone has any other questions about the booking.com side of things, is there a resource you'd point them towards, Emily?
Yeah, absolutely. Our partner hub is an amazing resource, and I'll go ahead and actually, I may not be able to put the link in the chat as a panelist, but we have a great resource, and that's going to be partner.booking.com. This is an amazing resource. I use it on a daily basis, multiple times a day. It has a ton of help articles and answers to all of your questions. In addition to the help articles that booking.com has created, we also have a really amazing community filled with hosts like you, where you can ask questions to different hosts or look at different topics that have been brought up previously by hosts. So there's the booking.com end where we have all of our helpful articles, links to YouTube videos that can help guide, and then the booking.com community that is managed by hosts like you all. And then lastly, we have a news and insights area. So this is great just for traveler trends or what's happening in the industry, what's happening in your specific area, not necessarily specific to booking.com. So it's a great resource for you all. And Gavin just plugged that into the chat. So hopefully everyone is able to see that. And then just a reminder, join.booking.com is how you would get registered with booking.com. And partner.booking.com is where you can find all the great resources that we have available to you. So thank you so much for everyone for joining today. And thank you to Gavin and the ResNexus team for having booking.com on today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Really appreciate doing this joint webinar with us. This has been great. All right. I think that being said, we'll go ahead and end the webinar there. Thanks to everyone who took the time out of your day to attend. Really appreciate you, and I hope you have a very successful year ahead of you. Bye, everybody.